Hey guys, it's Jynnette with Inner Sun Alchemy here to give you your tarot reading for the month of October 2017 for the sign of Scorpio. So if you have a Scorpio rising sign, sun sign, or moon sign, this is for you. If you would like to book your own personal reading with me, be sure to go to my website, innersunalchemy.com. There you can book a tarot reading, astrology reading, or an energy healing session with me. Those are available in person or long distance over the phone. So, you just let me know when you book what is going to be best for you. And if you are not following me on social media, please do. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Inner Sun Alchemy. And also, please sign up for my newsletter on my website to be kept abreast of upcoming events, seminars, and retreats that I have planned for the coming months and year. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into your reading for this month, dear Scorpio. All right, so your overall energy for the month is the Seven of Cups. So what I'm immediately getting from this is like there's some important decisions that you need to make about your life. You have a lot of options on hand for you. They're all amazing and wonderful, but you have to really tap in and decide and find out what you need and what you want in order to move things forward. Okay, so it can be a catch-22 because it's just like, oh, there's so much I can do, but what do I want to do? Because everything feels good. But that's a good problem to have, right? Okay, so here in your first house, which is the house related to your sense of self or how others see you, you have the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is a bit of a tough energy to have here in your first house because it speaks to still having some past hurt or hurts influencing how you see yourself or how you show up in the world. And if this isn't resonate in terms of how you see yourself, then maybe this is still something that others are perceiving about you. So this is something that's really important to look at because it is a tough energy. This is actually related to Saturn being in Libra. And Saturn can be a hard energy in Libra because Libra is the energy of partnerships. And Saturn is really forcing you to look at what works and what doesn't work. And again, this is still in your first house. So this is related to you versus other people. So you may need to take time this month to really look at how you've contributed to the experiences that you've been having or have had. Maybe you need to forgive yourself, actually. Maybe that's what that's talking about. But yeah, this may be an area where you have to kind of do some work for yourself this month, okay? Now, in your fourth house, which is the house related to your actual home, your sense of security or emotional stability, as well as family, you have the Ace of Pentacles. And this is a beautiful energy to have here because it speaks to a new beginning in your home life. So maybe you, get money to basically invest in your home, maybe beautifying it. Maybe you are selling a home and, you get that paycheck because you got more for the house than, significantly more for the house than what you expected. Maybe this is a new beginning. Maybe you're moving somewhere that you haven't been before, but it's a really positive energy. And even if this is just, emotional state, this does speak to a new beginning, but a really grounded sense of new beginning. Now, in your seventh house, which is the house related to your relationships, whether it's romance, friends, family, what have you, you have the Tower card, which is a major arcana. And the major arcana to me are divine forces of the universe that we don't have control over and which influence our lives greatly. And they're also archetypes. The Tower comes in when there are things that need to be taken out of our lives that are not in alignment with who we are and that do not serve us and that are not going to be stable. and we don't really have a choice in the matter. You know, if this was the death card, the death card can kind of be more energy that you can navigate. But once the Tower comes into play, this is tearing down things that have needed to be torn down. And so, you know, God really steps in and it's just like, okay, if you're not going to handle it, I'm going to handle it, because at this point it's going to become a problem. So this may mean that there's going to be some breakdowns in the relationships that you have right now. So again, this can be family, this can be romantic relationships, this can be co-workers, or this can be friends. There is going to be a breakdown of something, and maybe that's why this Three of Swords is showing up for you right now. So whatever it is, know ultimately that it is for the best, even though it may be painful. And I'm assuming it is going to be painful because this is the energy that's represented in your first house. So this is going to be your experience. But know that it's for the best. Okay. Now in your 10th house, which is the house related to career, your life purpose, and the influence on the world that you have around you, you have the Judgment card, which is another major arcana. And this is basically you being called to answer your true calling, as opposed to, you know, still doing the same old thing that I guess plays into what society wants from you. So yeah, you're being called out right now. This is actually Archangel Gabriel here, who is calling you up out of whatever limiting ideas or perception that you have into the truth of your being, asking you to continue to step forward more into the light. You can't rest on your laurels. So yeah, you have some shakeups happening, but you do also have some new beginnings. And maybe that's where the Seven of Cups energy is coming from. That sense that I was getting of like, okay, you do really have a lot of options, you see, because you're choosing to open up your perception and what you're going to be available for. And you kind of have to figure out where you're going to go. But that clarity should kind of come through if it is related to career. Now, in your center position, this represents the 5th house, which can be related to creativity and entrepreneurship. But I like to see it as the energy of your soul's objective and desire for the month. And you have the 6 of Pentacles. And so you're really just wanting to have balance. You're wanting, since this is Pentacles, you may be really wanting to have your finances kind of balance out. Maybe they've been kind of up and down. Maybe you do actually attain that balance because you have the Ace of Pentacles show up here. So maybe that you just have this last piece kind of click in and things kind of stabilize. So that's nice. But it also does speak to having a balance in your relationships. And so maybe this Tower energy that comes in is just tearing down what's not working so that what does work can be the new foundation, and you can move forward in those relationships in a way that's going to be much more beneficial for all parties involved. So, you know, that's the primary objective. And it's interesting because to have that card of balance in the midst of something breaking down, but something building up, really speaks to what your experience might be actually for this month. So that is your reading for October, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed. Looks like you actually have a lot that's going to be happening, a lot of changes. But I think overall, if you can tap into the power that you have naturally as a fixed sign and as, in my opinion, one of the most powerful signs in the zodiac, I think you'll be fine. But if you do feel like you want and need to have additional support and guidance, definitely book a reading with me on Inner Sun Alchemy. You can do tarot, astrology, or energy healing, like I said, especially with this Tower energy. If there's a romantic breakup or something that happens with family, you may need the support. I'd be honored to help you in that process. Again, follow me on social media, Facebook or Instagram at Inner Sun Alchemy, and be sure to sign up for my newsletter on my website to stay in touch with me about the events that I have coming up. All the best for you for October, and I'll see you next time. Bye.